You're listening to the WBT Podcast with Michael Lodge. Listen to all of our podcasts at www.wbtpod.com. Stay informed. Let's get started.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
And good morning, this is Mike Lodge with the WBT, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in this great big world of ours. I have been so busy over the last couple of days, I have not been able to do a podcast. And normally I do a podcast every single morning. But I'm working on this house over here in South Carolina. And if you don't know the weather pattern here, you never know when it's going to rain. But you try to follow the online weather things, because everybody in South Carolina, they know on their phone, they have some kind of a device that's telling them when it's going to rain. I even have notices on my phone now that tell me in 25 minutes there will be 70 minutes of rain. I mean, that's how people focus on rain here. So it's been sunny, so you take advantage as much sun as you possibly can, and then all of a sudden now it's rain. Today's rainy. So that's why I'm in my studio trying to do a podcast. So you try to move along with the weather when you have a project that you're working on in South Carolina, or even anywhere in the South. You never know when those rain clouds are going to come in. But luckily, winter's here. The problem is that when the rain comes in, it gets cold. So I'm in my studio now, and I wanted to talk to you about coaching. And the trend for businesses now, especially from small companies, all startups, from startups to small companies, all the way up to big corporations, executives and business owners are needing to hire a business coach. Now, the problem is that a lot of you are hiring individuals that really don't have a business background. They've never run companies, have never looked at the financials, have never managed HR. But all that they're doing is giving you motivation. Rah, rah, rah. And that doesn't help you build a company. I mean, a lot of you feel good with a little pat on the back and say, yeah, you're doing it right. Let's focus on this. Let's try to do this. But the problem is, a lot of you have real business issues that you need a sounding board to talk to. So you have to hire a real business coach, an individual such as myself who have years of experience in various industries, who have owned their own companies, who have managed their own people, their own financial situations, and they know what to look for. And they know how to answer questions. The number one reason why people hire a business coach, a real business coach, is that they become overwhelmed. The number one sign that it's time for a business coach is when you hit that feeling of being overwhelmed. You are overwhelmed by feeling like there is too much to do in too little time in the day. You are overwhelmed by not knowing how much profit you are making at the end of your month. And you are overwhelmed because you don't feel like you have control of your business, your employees, your management, or even your vendors. So that's when it becomes time to hire a real business coach that has the experience, that can do a whole bunch of things that can drive you into the right direction. And there are times that you need a confidant. You need that person outside the company to talk about your business with. Here you are standing center stage, and that holds an expectation for excellence. That's what everybody sees in you. They want to see excellence, or you think they do. And you begin to ask the question of yourself, who can you trust to speak without feeling exposed or impairing your credibility or reputation within the organization or your business or even your client or clients, I should say? How would it feel to have a safe sounding board for honest feedback on your ideas and a partner to support you in the process of design, implementation, and evaluation? Then it's time to hire a coach, a business coach. If you look at my background as a business individual, I have owned companies in Asia. I have owned call centers. I have owned nursing review schools. I have owned accounting and business tax firms. I have owned real estate companies. I have a big background in managing people, managing ideas, and managing the financial side of a company. I'm trained in the financial workings of companies. That's what I look at every single day in my firm. Also, when you're looking at hiring a business coach who has the experience, a lot of you know what to do. In other words, you intellectually know what to do, but don't do it. So that's when you need a coach, when you know what to do, but don't implement. Lack of change typically occurs because you need to experience some various shifts that require someone with an outside perspective challenging your assumptions, and because you need someone to help you translate general principles into specific steps that you can take in your own life as an executive. So you intellectually know what to do, but you don't do it. So you need to hire a business coach that is going to push you and challenge you in that direction that you should be going to. The other issue is that to hire a business coach is when you aren't getting the results you want. Sometimes we think we know the right path to take in our career growth or business growth, but we come to find it isn't working. In order to get results that we want to get to, we may need guidance from someone who can see things from a more objective view, not a subjective view. Turning to a business coach can increase return on investment, ROI, surge active engagement, and allow you to remove the obstacles that are precluding results. It's easy for me as a business coach because I've been involved in so many different industries in my firm, and I have owned different businesses myself in different industries, to look within a company, talk to the executive or the owner, and pretty much understand the business. Because that's the most important thing, is to first understand the business that you are in. What your industry is, what your services are. And to understand the executive and the owner of the company. That's the very first step that needs to be done by any business coach. Now, for me, the financials are easy Once you show me the financials, I know exactly what to look at. Because the financials tell the story of your company. And if you don't know your financial story, you can't manage, you cannot lead, and you cannot grow if you do not know the financials. And I find that a lot of business owners and executives do not know how to read that financial statement or understand it one bit. You need to know the financial story of your company. The other issue that I find is that a lot of executives and business people find themselves listening only to their own ideas. And one of the signs that you need to hire a business coach is when you find yourself only listening to your own ideas. The higher up the ladder you are, the more people tend not to be honest and just comply. But the same thing can happen to startups, to entrepreneurs, to small business companies, to medium-sized companies, all the way up to the big guys, because they have a tendency to work alone. They have the tendency to only hear their own voice, their own ideas. And we have to be honest with ourselves that we all need checks and balances. And that is what a business coach can do. So don't go out there looking for the individual that's going to come to you and go, rah, 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 rah. You're doing great. You're doing marvelous. What you need is an individual who's going to study your business, going to study you, have long conversations with you, hear what you are saying and what your concerns are, because you don't want to get stuck in that part of your business life where you're just listening to yourself. You're stuck. You want your company to grow. That's the main goal of every individual who owns a business or manages a business. You want your company to grow. If you're alive and breathing as an entrepreneur, you need a coach, a business coach. I'm not only a business coach, but I'm also a CEO of my own company. I've hired many, many people since 1984 I've been doing this. Your companies only expand at the rate of your own growth. Find a business coach you can rely on and get to work with. The return on investment is outstanding if you find that right business coach, the right individual that knows how to dig in and get you going. You need that individual that you can bounce off ideas with. You need that individual that you can talk about confidential issues and come to a resolution on how you want to handle it. And that's what a good business coach is all about. So those of you who are looking for a business coach out there, contact my office. I'm available by phone. I'm available by Skype. I am available to go to your companies if you need me to. But I've been doing this since 1984, this business thing. You know, when I was a young kid, I knew that I wanted to be in business. I had dreams of being in business. I think I was the only kid reading the business section of the newspaper when I was a kid. Remember, when I was a kid, we didn't have the internet yet. We didn't have Google. All we had was the library and newspapers. We didn't even have business news agencies out there on television. We didn't have that. I remember the first one that I ever saw was when I was in my high school years, and they were broadcasting from San Francisco. And the guy now that is doing that, that did that at that time out of San Francisco, British accent, is now on Fox News. Varney. But he started, I remember it so well, way back. I think it was on public television. It wasn't even on a regular television network. But it was amazing. It was an amazing time. It was out of San Francisco at that time. But you need a business coach. If you've met everything that I've talked about, you need a business coach. You can call my office, or you can send me an email at mlodge@lodge-co.com. Or call my office at 888-681-1518. It's toll free. Talk to Brendy, and she can schedule a time for us to talk. She's my administrative assistant there in the office in Burbank, California. And we can set up a time, and we can sit down, and we can talk one-on-one, away from the business, away from everything else, and address some of the issues that are on your mind or in your heart, and try to bring you to a situation where we can bring some resolve. That's what the business coach is all about. Call my office again at 888-681-1518 and talk to Brandy, and she can book any session that is available. Everybody go out and have a great day. Remember to focus on your business. And if you don't understand your financial statements, call me and we'll go through them. But let's build a relationship and let's talk together. And we can head us off onto a direction of resolution. Solutions. Again, this is Mike Lodge for the WBT. I'll talk with you very soon. Everybody, have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.
World of Business and Taxes on WBT.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.